Well, hello everyone. My name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. It's also just another Mimic Monday, so let's go ahead and serve up a Mimic for all of you. Every Just Another Mimic Monday, I reach deep into that box of teeth and pull out a homebrew mimic for Dungeons & Dragons that I present to all of you. They are often a little bit silly and sometimes fairly horrific, and today we have the Sconce Mimic. Your party's last torch is sputtering out, and the idea of delving deeper into the dark fills you with dread. Yes, I know Himley over there does have dark vision, but the rest of the party, perhaps not so much. Thankfully, not only does this tunnel have the occasional sconce, as the rest of the dungeon has, but the next one a few feet ahead, it even has an unlit torch within it. As you near this well-timed relief, the previous torch you're holding winks out. Something slimy wraps around your arm, and hot saliva drips on your face. Himley, now he can see the sconce sprout tentacles and maw, just before a similar set wraps around his head. Roll for initiative. While I've come up with more than a few mimics that are entranced by heat, flame, and light, the sconce mimic would be a runt among them. However, it is often the most decorative and the most numerous of the types. A clutch of these monstrosities can easily infest most of a dungeon complex. Not only can they produce flame, even without a catalyst present, these mimics can quench them as well. Whether spitting flames or attacking from pitch darkness, sconce mimics may be small, but they are mighty. Pick a few up for your evil castle today. They will definitely solve your vermin problem. All that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Sconce Mimic statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The Sconce Mimic is a challenge rating 3 small monstrosity that is neutral. It has not a great armor class, but a pretty good amount of hit points for its challenge rating. Of course, it has damage immunity to acid, but it also has damage resistance to fire for probably obvious reasons, I would think. As with any other Mimic, it does have Shape Changer, Adhesive, False Appearance, and Grappler, but it can only change into a Sconce or a Brazier. It does have innate spellcasting 3 times per day in object form only, where it can cast Produce Flame, and if it's just casting Produce Flame, that does not break its false appearance. It does have multi-attack with 2 pseudopods and 1 bite attack, but because it's small and not as strong, its pseudopods and bites don't do as much damage as perhaps a normal mimic would do, which is why it attacks multiple times. Lastly, it does have an action called Lights Out, so it extinguishes all non-magical light and fire within 30 feet. All creatures in this area effect must succeed on a wisdom save or be frightened till the end of their turn unless they have dark vision. Well, they still have to make the save, but they have advantage on said save because they can still see in the dark. But that all it means is they probably just get to see their friends eaten, which is not really still that great, but at least they can try to help. I hope that you enjoyed the Sconce Mimic. You can find hundreds of mimics and hundreds more monsters that are all horror themed, all for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and all perfectly free at boxofteeth.blogspot.com. If you're more interested in the non-Dungeons & Dragons horror role-playing projects that I have, or the horror fiction that I write that includes grease paint right here, you can always go to www.zacharyoshea.com. Again, as always, I want to thank you for your time and your attention, and I hope we all have a great week ahead of us.